Friday Night Heights comes to Columbia, Missouri tonight, the Hearn Center, where we wrap up the regular season with a top 15 matchup as the 12th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats come to Como to take on the 15th-ranked Missouri Tigers. What a way to end the regular season and head towards the postseason. Along with former Mizzou gymnast Blair Elmore, I'm Ben Arnett. And Blair, Kentucky, not only ranked 12th in the country, but doing so with one of the youngest teams in the SEC.
Their team is really young. The freshmen and sophomores are competing a lot of their routines, which is really impressive because normally it takes some experience and a few years in order to get it under your belt and get the routines down. But they've been doing an awesome job this year.
Not a single senior on this Kentucky team that has broken their program meet score record 3 times this season, and all under the direction of head coach Tim Garrison. He's in his 6th season. He's coached 12 All-Americans between his time as the head coach at Kentucky and an assistant at Nebraska. And he certainly has this Wildcat program pointed in the right direction as they compete in the toughest gymnastics conference in the country.
He really does. They've been building each year, and especially this year. They started off really strong, and tonight they're looking to put it all together in a really awesome meet.
Spoke with him earlier in the week, and he shared a sentiment that Mizzou head coach Shannon Welker shared with us when we spoke a few weeks ago, which is you're a top 15 team. You've got things going the right way, but they don't want their teams to settle for what they've accomplished. It's all about taking it to the next level as we head towards the postseason.
Exactly, and he was also discussing how each gymnast is looking at what they need to do to make their routine better, and then they need to put it all together with a lineup on each event.
And competing in the SEC, it is not difficult to be challenged every single week. No matter where you go in this league, you see some of the best competition imaginable. Speaking of competition, here is how we will run things tonight. These are the college gymnastics rules for dual meets like the one this evening between Kentucky and Missouri. 6 gymnasts per team compete in each event. The 5 best scores count, and the lowest score is dropped from each team's event total. After all 4 apparatuses are complete, the team with the highest cumulative score will win the meet. The home team event order will be, and this is Missouri tonight, vault followed by bars, beam, and then floor. For the Kentucky Wildcats, the visitors, they'll start on the bars, go to the vault, then compete in the floor, and round out their evening here in the Hearn Center on the beam. So Missouri, one of the best vaulting teams in the country, 9th in the nation currently in RQS. They will go on the vault first, and Madeline Huber starts things out for the Tigers, and she's been great in that leadoff spot this year for Missouri.
She really has. You want to start off the event with a really strong vault, and that's exactly what Madeline brings.
Huber followed by Miller, Zaria Lewis, Kennedy Harris, Aspen Tucker, and Brittany Ward, arguably Missouri's strongest vaulter, will round things out. Huber routinely competes in the vault, bars, and floor for Missouri. She's competed in all 3 of those events in every meet for the Tigers going back to their road meet at LSU last month. Her vault RQS as we get underway here tonight is 9.80. Last week in Missouri's tremendous win over Auburn, Huber had a 9.775 on the vault, and Shannon Welker's team, Blair, this is his specialty. He's got to be very happy to see his team sitting in the top 10 in the country in RQS as we start action tonight.
He really does. I'm sure he's happy, but I'm sure he's wanting even more.
That was what that conversation I alluded to earlier with him a few weeks ago was all about. You know, this program has made so many strides under his direction since he became the head coach a few years ago, but he doesn't want his team to become complacent. It's all about not settling for what you've accomplished the last year or 2 and moving on to the next level and elevating.
Exactly. They've been doing really well, but they haven't shown their complete full potential that they have, and so he's pushing every single meet to see more of it.
Huber's season high on this apparatus was a 9.850. She achieved that score at the State of Missouri meet in St. Louis. And here she goes tonight, getting us underway.
Nice vault. So Madeline does a Yurchenko layout full, which is a really common vault for the Missouri lineup. And she would have her chest down a little bit with a little step forward, but her height was beautiful.
Let's take a look at the lineup on Kentucky's first rotation tonight. They start on the uneven bars, where they tied a program record in their victory last week over Arkansas with a 49.325. Katie Carlisle starts things out, followed by Katrina Coca, Sydney Dukes, Katie Stewart, Alex Highland, and Molly Court. Carlisle had a career high for herself last week against the Razorbacks with a 9.875.
Nice handstand into a giant half with a nice Jaeger. Good handstand. She's really finding those handstands tonight. Let's see if she can finish this strong. She gets ready for that dismount. Nice full in, almost stuck it. It was so close. Great routine to start off their event.
So a good start for both teams. Missouri beginning in arguably their strongest event, and
here's that full in where she does a full and 2 flips.
So a strong start for Kentucky on the road, courtesy of Katie Carlisle, coming off that career high last week against Arkansas. Shauna Miller is Missouri's second vaulter tonight.
So Shauna will also be competing in Yurchenko layout full. Nice vault. I loved her form in that. Her legs stayed together, her hips were open, just a tiny hop at the end.
She had her season high 2 weeks ago at Florida.
Beautiful vault.
Shannon Welker impressed. The fist pump for Shauna Miller. Let's go back over to the bars. Kentucky's second competitor will be Katrina Coca. She won the individual title last week in Kentucky's win over Arkansas with a 9.9.
Nice handstand to start off the routine. Another Jaeger, beautiful. And a nice overshoot. I really love her form in this. It's nice and clean. Now she sets up for that dismount. Good last handstand. And she also does a full in with a stuck landing. Nice routine.
She's competed in this competition every single meet of the season for Kentucky, and you see why.
Here's that Jaeger again. I like the height she gets, and she can see the bar before she catches it.
Back over to the vault for Missouri. It's Zaria Lewis, one of their hometown competitors from right here in Columbia, Missouri. This is her first vault of this season.
Zaria has a lot of power, so let's see if she can control it tonight. Nice full from Zaria. She had a bit of a step at the end, but she had great height and great distance on that vault. Nice full. She piked down a little bit at the end, which is how she took that big step at the end, but the height and distance was great, which is what the judges are really looking for.
Next, on bars for the Wildcats, Sydney Dukes.
Now it's Sydney Dukes for Kentucky on the bars, and she is one of those talented sophomores for this Wildcat squad.
Nice Tkachev. Up into a handstand, beautiful. Good pec salto. That's not as common as an overshoot that you normally see. Good handstand. Her form is so clean in this routine.
She's one of the top all-around competitors in the country.
With another stuck landing.
How about this start for the Kentucky Wildcats?
That's an awesome start. That's exactly what Tim Garrison was wanting, is really focusing on each tenth, and those stuck landings is what's really giving it to him.
They've been so consistent in their landings through their first three competitors on the uneven bars, haven't they?
They have.
So Kentucky doing well on the road to begin things tonight. Missouri, the home team, back on the vault, and here is Kennedy Harris.
from Kennedy. All she had was a tiny hop at the end, but it was a beautiful vault. That height and distance we were talking about earlier is exactly what she showed there.
How critical was that good landing there from Kennedy after a couple of rough landings from Missouri in the vault?
It was a really good turnaround. The other two vaults, they were good, but that landing is what the judges are looking for at the very end.
Here's Katie Stewart, won the event title earlier this season against Auburn with a 9.875 on the bars.
Nice to Tkachev. A little short on the handstand. Good overshoot. Now she gets ready for her last skill. Looks like she's a little short on those handstands tonight. Nice dismount though. So that was a double layout with a full twist. So here's that handstand just a little short. She was rushing it a bit. Nice form in that dismount though.
Still an excellent start for Kentucky in their first rotation of the night. Here's Missouri's all-around freshman, Aspen Tucker. A 9.9 last week against Auburn.
Nice layout full. All she had was the tiny hop at the end. What I really love about her vault is how she opens her hips in the air. It seems like it just floats.
She may challenge the high score on the vault so far tonight, Madeline Huber's 9.8.
I think she definitely will.
Had the first event win of her career last week in the vault in Missouri's victory over Auburn, and a nice effort tonight against Kentucky. Alex Highland back over on the bars for the Wildcats. Second on the team, the highest RQS, second highest RQS on this rotation.
Nice giant pull into a nice ginger, a little split legs. Good overshoot. There, she gets that last handstand. And a nice full in. She had her chest down a little bit and took a step forward, but it was a solid routine.
One of Kentucky's many young all-around performers.
There's that dismount again. Seems like she released the bar just a little too early, but she recovered really well.
Brittany Ward, final vaulter tonight in competition for Missouri, tied for 7th in the country.
Her vault is
RQS. Sorry, go ahead.
Her vault is such a unique vault. Nice. So she has a half on with a front pike off, and she had her chest completely up on that landing.
Another strong reaction from her head coach, Shannon Welker.
The height she gets on that vault is just amazing.
This is one of Missouri's strongest events, and Ward is one of their strongest competitors. Shannon Welker happy again. As we head back over to the bars, Molly Korth rounds things out for the Kentucky Wildcats. Two-time SEC Freshman of the Week this season.
Good handstand. Nice Jaeger. She's really going after it. It seems like she's going to the bars aggressively, which is really what you want to see. You don't want to get short on those handstands, and she's getting right on top of the bar on every single one of them. Nice dismount with another stuck landing.
What a strong finish for Kentucky. As you mentioned, she was aggressive. She attacked that routine.
She really did. She stuck that landing, which is exactly how the judges want to see the ending of it. I love how she's standing completely up.
We are through rotation number 1 in the regular season finale between the Missouri Tigers and the Kentucky Wildcats. Back in just a moment to the Hearn Center in Como. Kentucky 12th, so it makes sense that they are very close to one another after the first rotation, just percentage points keeping these two apart after the first rotation here tonight. Welcome to the floor, along with the former Missouri gymnast Blair Elmore. I'm Ben Arnett. Strong starts for both teams, and each head coach has things to be excited about after that first rotation.
They really do. I think Kentucky had 3 stuck landings on bars, which is a really good start for them, and Missouri was showing nice lines on vault.
High scores. Korth for Kentucky in the bars had a 9.925. Brittany Ward for Missouri in the vault had a high score of 9.9. So those are the individual scores from those two events to look at as we go through the night. Think about all-around competitors and individual event titles. Let's talk more about this Missouri team that is ranked 15th in the country. Shannon Welker saw his team scored their 3rd highest team score in program history a week ago against Auburn. What a huge night for the Tigers against the Tigers from the Plains.
It was such a big night, and it gave the girls some confidence that they're able to compete in this SEC conference.
What did you see that was the difference for Missouri as they continue to gain confidence? I mean, they had their 6th highest score in program history a couple of weeks ago at Florida. Once they've gotten the momentum rolling in this league, how much has it helped them?
I think it's helped them a lot. I think it's given them, we were talking about the confidence, it's allowing them to go out aggressively. And that's exactly how you want it. You don't want to be short on handstands on bars, you don't want to be wobbling on beam, but if you attack the event, then you can really show your strength.
A lot of career highs from Missouri a week ago as they lodged that 197.200. The beam will be their 3rd rotation here tonight, so coming up in a little while as they tied the school record there. It's a program that has continued to shoot for that next level. They haven't gotten satisfied even as they have, piled up some of those 9.9s and some of those program records under Shannon Welker. And, he's been a head coach that, this having competed for him, he really challenges you to not be complacent, doesn't he?
He really does. He's always wanting more. He's expecting more just because he knows what you're capable of. He knows that you're capable of more. He knows that you can stick every landing, that you can hit every handstand. And so that's exactly what he's pushing for, and that's what the girls need. And that's also what the Kentucky, they're needing too.
2 teams that are ascending in the SEC, number 12 Kentucky, number 15 Missouri. We continue with the 2nd rotation of the night. Katie Stewart leading the Wildcats, and Becca Schugel and the Missouri Tigers will be on bars when we come back. It's Friday Night Heights on the SEC Network. After their strong showing on the bars with a 49.200. Alex Highland will lead things off for the Kentucky Wildcats. She scored a 9.775 last week in Kentucky's win over Arkansas. But Blair, this is a Wildcat team that has seen scores of 9.9 and above in this rotation throughout the season.
They have, and I saw it in warm-ups too. They were sticking a lot of their vaults, so hopefully they can show it in competition time.
Highland, one of Kentucky's 4 all-around competitors, a sophomore from Foxborough, Massachusetts. Her vault season high was a 9.800, and that's also her career high. It came against Alabama earlier this season when the Kentucky Wildcats snapped an 0-for-70 streak against the Crimson Tide, and that is the kind of signature victory that head coach Tim Garrison and his Wildcats can hang their hat on.
It really is, and it just shows how strong they are this year and how much of a competitor that they are, which is really exciting to see.
Here's Alex Highland.
Yurchenko layout full with a stuck landing. Nice vault to start them off.
The Wildcats started strongly on the bars, and they do the same thing on this apparatus.
She really saw the landing and just found it.
Let's take a look at the bars lineup for the Missouri Tigers. Brittany Ward will lead off for Mizzou. Madeline Huber, who tied a career high and won the event title on bars last week against Auburn, followed by Aspen Tucker, Brooke Kelly, Shauna Miller, and Becca Schugel.
And Brittany starts off the routine with a nice handstand. Straight into a giant full Tkachev. Beautiful.
Get a 9.75 last week against the Auburn Tigers in that big win.
I love how she's hitting every handstand. Her legs are staying together. Great routine to start from Brittany. Into a nice double back with a stuck landing.
She always shows so much enthusiasm regardless of how she finishes, and how important is that?
It's really important because it keeps the team pumped up and excited and ready to go. Here's that dismount into a great landing.
Next.
That first routine that goes up is though it sets the tone of the event. And so that routine is exactly what you want to see.
Aubrey Rosa now for Kentucky. Had a career high in that big win over Alabama a few weeks ago.
Yurchenko layout full with another stuck landing. She also had great distance on that vault. Beautiful.
Exactly what Tim Garrison wanted to see. Back over to the bars. Here is Madeline Huber, Missouri's team leader in this rotation.
What I love about Madeline on bars is her lines are beautiful in it. Nice handstand. Good Jaeger into immediate overshoot. Let's see if she can finish it strong. Good handstand. Into a double layout with another stuck landing.
Tied her career high and won the event title a week ago against Auburn, and follows it up strongly here tonight against Kentucky.
These two teams tonight are really showing that they can find those landings.
Back over to the vault, and here is Sydney Dukes. Excellent RQS of 9.810.
Sydney Dukes.
She has a Yurchenko layout half with a great landing. That's very difficult because of the blind landing, so she's having to just feel it. Great height. She sees it with just a tiny hop.
There's a tie atop the vault leaders at the moment. Both Brittany Ward of Missouri and Aubrey Rosa of Kentucky have scored 9 nines. Here is Aspen Tucker from Missouri on the bars.
And she'll start off with a nice handstand. Into a nice Jaeger. Good bail. Let's see if she can finish it strong. Good handstand. With another stuck landing. It seems like the teams are going back to back.
These two teams really challenging one another on the bars here tonight.
They really are.
Tucker is the reigning SEC Freshman of the Week after a career performance in the all-around last week, trying to follow that up strong. Danae Davis now for Kentucky on the vault. The Maryland native had a 9.9, her season high earlier this year at the Maryland Quad Meet.
And she has a beautiful Yurchenko layout full. I think she's had a tiny hop at the end, but she had great height on that vault.
A 9.875 last week in the win over Arkansas. Here's her follow-up.
I'm sure Coach Tim Garrison, he's really enjoying these vaults.
Next on bars for your Missouri Tigers.
Missouri's next competitor on the bars is sophomore Brooke Kelly. Kelly had a 9.850 last week against Auburn. Back-to-back 9.850s, in fact, against the Florida Gators and the Auburn Tigers, the last two meets.
Here she goes for her dismount. Good handstand. Double layout into another stuck landing.
Similar to Molly Korth for Kentucky, she seemed to aggressively attack that routine for the Tigers.
She really did. That's one of the things about Brooke, is that she attacks every event that she does. There's that beautiful double layout. I love the height she gets on it, and she sees the landing.
Continuing on the vault for Kentucky, it's Katie Stewart, their second best vaulter by RQS, 9.825.
And she does a Yurchenko layout full. Beautiful vault. The lines that she has in it. And she had a great landing. Here you can see that height she gets.
Everybody's still chasing the meet high scores from Brittany Ward and Aubrey Rosa, who both scored a 9.9 over on the bars. It continues to be Kentucky's Molly Korth pacing the field at a 9.925, and here is Shauna Miller.
A little short on the handstand, but nice blind to a Jaeger. There she goes, a little better. Oh. That's sad to see because she's been doing so well this year.
As she was coming off her season high of a 9.875 last week against Auburn, so Shauna Miller disappointed with the way things went here. And of course, Missouri can drop their lowest score for the team competition.
Exactly, so this will be what they'll want to drop. They've already had multiple solid routines at the beginning. Hopefully she can get up and finish this routine strong. Sometimes it's really difficult to get back on those bars after you fall off of them. Here she goes. Nice double layout with a stuck landing. Good finish for Shauna Miller.
Take a look here at what went wrong for Shauna Miller.
So she gets ready for that overshoot, and she just hits the bar, and her feet are just a little too over her head, and then when she hits it, it just keeps going. She tried to pull it back, but it was too far over.
Molly Korth, 8th in the SEC in vaulting this season. The 9.9 RQS. She rounds things out for the Wildcats.
Yurchenko 1.5 with a nice landing. So Yurchenko 1.5 is what actually gives you the 10.0 start. The Yurchenko full just only has the 9.95. So she's capable of getting a 10.0 on that vault.
She had a 9.95 earlier this season at that Maryland quad meet.
All she had was that tiny hop at the end. That was also a blind landing, so that's a lot more difficult to stick to.
Fine start for the two-time SEC Freshman of the Week. And now it's Becca Schugel rounding things out for Missouri on the bars. 3rd on the team with that 9.825 RQS.
Nice handstand. Good Jaeger into immediate overshoot. Beautiful connection. Good handstand with a nice giant full double back to tiny hop at the end, but great routine from Becca Schugel, especially to come back after that fall.
Good way for Missouri to finish things up. They got a 9.9 from Brooke Kelly earlier in this rotation, and you see the finish from Kelly.
Sometimes it's hard to be that person up after the fall, but she did a great job in handling the pressure.
We'll hang here because Missouri's competitors are finished, but that is Allison Bauer, who is going to do an exhibition here on bars, the sophomore from the Phoenix area. Getting coached up by Missouri assistant John Carney before she runs through this exhibition here.
We have a great crowd here tonight, so it's really good to exhibition right now because you're getting used to that pressure. She's been in bars a few times, but after you've been out a little bit, it's good to get under that routine under your belt again.
Competed in bars twice this season to begin the year in a tri-meet in this building against Ball State in Illinois. She got a 9.6, and she scored a 9.7 at the Mardi Gras Invite just a few weeks ago.
Nice, Jaeger. She's really hitting those handstands. Good overshoot.
Bauer will also lead off for Missouri in their next rotation on the beam.
Nice double layout with a stuck landing. Great routine from Allison Bauer.
So that wraps things up through our second rotation. It's a close one. Kentucky just edging out Missouri at the moment. Back for more on the SEC Network. Close one between number 12 Kentucky and number 15 Missouri. This is the regular season finale for these two SEC schools, and what a way to finish things up before they head to the SEC championships. Alongside former Missouri gymnast Blair Elmore, I'm Ben Arnett, and the Kentucky Wildcats feature 4 all-around competitors. They're all freshmen or sophomores. They're all very good, and they're off to good starts here tonight.
They really have been. It's really hard to compete in all-around because you're having to focus on multiple routines rather than just a few, but they have been doing an awesome job this year, and they've started off really strong tonight.
Take a look at the uneven bars first. This is where the Kentucky Wildcats started. Not perfect, but still a strong beginning. They held a slim lead over Missouri in the team competition after this first rotation, and then they looked very good on the vault, including a 9.9 from Aubrey Rosa. But we continue focusing on these all-around competitors, and when you're halfway through, what's the mindset?
The mindset is just focus on one skill at a time, one routine at a time, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
We're talking about Molly Korth, Sydney Dukes, Alex Hyland, and Katie Stewart, and they're the only team in this conference with 3 or more all-around competitors. When the teams came out for the introductions tonight, you commented that's a small squad, that's a low number of competitors. But when 4 of them do the all-around, your numbers are going to be a little lower, right?
Yes, that's exactly right. Every now and for other teams, they're just having girls compete 1 or 2 events, but these 4 all-arounders are going to be competing all 4 events and do an awesome job tonight.
Well, Sydney Dukes will continue as she vies for that all-around title tonight. When we come back, the Kentucky Wildcats will be on the floor, and Brittany Ward and the Missouri Tigers head to the beam. Back in a moment for Friday Night Heights. Missouri will be on the beam, and this is an apparatus in which the Tigers tied the best score in program history a week ago with 49.325 against Auburn.
So they're looking right now to do exactly what they did last week, but a little bit better.
Allison Bauer, who you saw on an exhibition on the uneven bars a moment ago, will lead off for Missouri. Speaking with Mizzou assistant coach Casey Joe McPherson, Bauer has a 9.780 regional qualifying score.
Starting off on beam can be really nerve-wracking, but in the past she's done a really good job at it.
Bauer registered a 9.825 last week against Auburn. That was her second highest score of the season. Her season high came the previous week in Gainesville with a 9.850 against the Florida Gators.
Sets up for that first skill. Nice back handspring layout, step out. She seems very calm up there.
How important was that to get that exhibition run in on the bars, to get the blood flowing, get warm, and not hit the beam cold?
It was really important because she didn't compete on vault, and so your body can start to get really cold and starts to get stiff, which can cause you to second guess yourself when you're up there. Good front toss. jump into her shallow 3/4. Nice. She shows major confidence on the beam tonight. It's ready for that dismount. With a stuck landing. Great routine from Allison Bauer.
Nice start for the Missouri Tigers in their 3rd rotation of the night. Let's take another look at Allison Bauer. Bauer, a good start for her. Take a look at the lineup for the Kentucky Wildcats. They are on the floor right now. Katie Carlisle will lead off, followed by Courtney Reckenmeyer, Katie Stewart, Alice Highland, Sydney Dukes, fresh off a 9-9 earlier this season against Auburn, and Molly Korth.
One of the fun things about floor is you get to see some of the girls' personalities, which she's showing that in her very first stance.
See Carlisle's RQS. She had a 9-8 in this competition 1 week ago against Arkansas.
Double tug with a nice landing. One of the things the judges are looking for is to have controlled landings. Here she goes for her leap series. Everyone has to have one. Nice. She goes above 180 on those splits. Having a little bit of a breather in that dance so that she can get ready for her next pass.
Yet still showed a lot of personality there, making an impact with the judges.
Yes, the judges are they want to see you having fun, and that's exactly what she showed. She goes with a whip to 1.5 punch front. Very nice. Good routine.
Kentucky Wildcats have had strong leadoffs all night long, and it continues in their 3rd rotation on the floor exercise. We've talked about the ascent of this Missouri program the last 2, 3, 4 seasons. We've seen a lot of high scores from Missouri as they've gone along here, and here are their season highs. They set 3 of them, tied or set 3 of them a week ago against Auburn, and that's gathering that momentum as you head towards SECs and NCAA regionals.
Exactly. And one of the things that the coaches are having to figure out is the timing of when the teams are going to peak. And so peaking right now is the exact time that you want to peak. You don't want to peak too early and then have a downfall. And so they're doing a great job right now.
Number 2 on the beam tonight for Missouri is Aspen Tucker, the freshman from Florida, Missouri's lone all-around competitor. Back-to-back 9-8s the last 2 weeks against Florida and Auburn.
As head coach Shannon Welker said a few weeks ago, is that she doesn't really let the nerves get to her. She really just gets up there and does exactly what she does in practice.
And that's why he has been comfortable throwing her into the all-around competition from day 1 of her freshman season.
Exactly. And great series. She did a back handspring to lay out with 2 feet, which is much more difficult to land than the step out.
She has 3 all-around titles this year. Only 1 time this season has she not competed in all 4 events.
Nice beat jump into layout step out.
Her season and career high on the beam came in her first college meet. It was a 9.850.
Good jump series. Now she gets ready for a dismount. Round off double full with a tiny hop. A great landing.
She has been remarkably consistent her first year in SEC gymnastics, and here she goes again.
Here's that back handspring layout. She had a tiny wobble, but if you saw that she lands with 2 feet on that flight.
Back to the floor with the Kentucky Wildcats. Corey Reckenmeyer.
On floor for the Wildcats, Corey Reckenmeyer.
Scored a 9.850 last week. Hampshire season high.
Here she starts with a front tuck step out into a double back. Oh, she put her hands down, so that's going to have to be 5/10 deduction. It seemed like she just didn't get her feet underneath her on her back handspring to get the height that you need.
See if Reckenmacher can respond here and finish strong. Missouri had a similar situation on the bars earlier tonight.
Right. Nice leap series. I like that she's still putting in personality, so she's coming back strong.
Is that one of the hardest things to do in floor exercise, to not show that a mistake has gotten to you mentally?
It really is, because you can tell a lot from our facial expressions, and so whenever you do something wrong, you're pretty hard on yourself, and so you normally show it, but she did a great job recovering. Nice double pike.
Let's take another look at that first pass.
Front tuck step out. Yeah, she just didn't get her feet underneath her to get the height and the set that you needed to get into that double back.
So now it's Tia Albritton. Her first competition tonight. Will be the only event she will compete in tonight. She is third on Missouri in the beam with a 9.820 regional qualifying score.
Tia is someone who always looks so calm and controlled up on the beam.
Excuse me, go ahead.
One of the nice things about being at home is that Mizzou is able to play their own music, and so most of the girls, they have their own beam song, and so it helps them to get into the right mindset and to be calm going into beam.
She was comfortable in this arena a week ago, 9.875 on the beam against Auburn, a career high.
She's starting off this routine really nice with a great series and a great leap jump. Good full turn. So everyone has to do a full turn, and it seems so simple, but it's one of the trickier skills. A little wobble, but she recovered well.
Missouri has a pair of 9.850s on the beam tonight belonging to Bauer and Tucker.
That's a great start. Nice dismount for Tia with a stuck landing.
Take another look at the dismount here from Albritton.
Nice, cool. And she showed off that she saw that landing and she stuck it. She didn't let herself move at all.
Katie Stewart now, the next competitor in the floor exercise for the Kentucky Wildcats. She's coming off a 9.800 last week against Kentucky. Her season and career high was a 9.9 back on January 20th.
Her first tumbling pass is a double pike. A nice landing. So you're allowed to take a step on those landings, but they must be controlled in order to not get any deductions on them. Nice run off 1.5 to lay out, and she recovers it with doing an air best because she was a little too far forward.
We also notice here that unlike most of the gymnasts, she has chosen not to use any additional padding on her passes.
Now she gets ready for that last pass. Her handspring into 1.5. Her chest was a little down, but it was a good landing. Take
a look here in the replay, very close to stepping out.
Yeah, her chest was a little over, and so she had a big step, but she recovered it by doing an arabesque. One of the nice things is that the judges don't always know what exactly is in your routine and what dance you have next. And so a lot of times you can recover things by dancing out of them.
Back to Missouri on the beam, and it's Becca Schugel.
Becca Schugel has some gorgeous lines on this event. And she's actually going to compete a triple series, so it's 3 skills in her flight instead of just 2. Nice landing. Good full turn. Landing. It looked like she was a little off, but she hung on to the beam.
She has hit her season high in this event twice this season, 9.850 in the season opener and again at the Mardi Gras Invite.
Now all she has left is her dismount. Nice gainer layout full with a stuck landing.
Missouri Tigers,
Here's that flight again where she has back handspring, layout, step out. So she put an extra back handspring in there than what a lot of people do.
Missouri looking good on the beam.
Next, on floor for a while, Alex Highland.
Alex Highland would be the next competitor for the Kentucky Wildcats back on the floor exercise.
Gets ready for that first tumbling pass. And she does a double pike with a good landing.
Qualified for the NCAA championships in the all-around a year ago.
She does her leap series. Seemed like it was a little off, but she still was hitting 180 with beautiful form.
She has 1 event win on the floor this season. Her season high was back on January 20th, a 9-9 against Auburn.
Now she's taking a little breather for that last pass. Nice 1.5 to front layout. Good routine from Alex.
Sophomore from the Boston area. Scored a 9.8 in this competition a week ago.
Good 1.5 punch front layout with a very controlled landing, which is what they want to see.
Brooke Kelly will be the 5th competitor on the beam for the Missouri Tigers. She is 2nd on the team with a 9.840 RQS.
Good full turn. One of the things about Brooke is that she has speed on the beam, which is very rare to see, but it shows how much confidence she has going on. Nice series.
.987.5 1 week ago against Auburn. That was her season high on the beam.
Here's her jump series. A little wobble, but she hung on. It seems like even when they're a little bit off, the Missouri team is really able to stay on and give the least amount of deductions as possible with nice dismount.
Kelly, Missouri,
We've been talking about regional qualifying scores all night long. If you're new to this and you're not quite sure what that is, this is how it's calculated. You take the competitors' 6 best regular season meet scores, with at least 3 of them being away from home. You drop the highest score and take the average of the remaining 5. And this is important because the RQS is used to determine a team or individual's position for NCAA postseason. So much more important than the average, say, a competitor has over the course of the season.
Here's Sydney on the floor with a nice double pike to start it off. You discussed earlier about having the mats, and sometimes it's just to keep the body strong so that you're not having to have those hard landings at every single meet, but sometimes it's also a good mental thing.
Sydney Dukes had a 9-9 earlier this season against Auburn.
I like how in her dance she shows off her flexibility. Second tumbling pass, the full front layout with great form and a great landing. Now she gets ready for that last tumbling pass. Double tuck, nice landing. One of the interesting things about this Kentucky team is that a lot of the girls only had 2 tumbling passes, but she was one of those that had 3. And so it's more difficult if you only have 2 because you have to find how to get a 10-0 start in other places. Here's that last pass again with a nice controlled landing.
Dukes excited at her performance in the floor exercise, and why not?
She definitely had a reason to be excited about that routine.
Next, on beam.
Missouri's got a pair of 9-9 individual scores so far on the beam. This has been an excellent rotation for them tonight. And now here's Brittany Ward.
Brittany is so beautiful to watch up on the beam.
2016 second team All-American on the beam, currently 8th in the country with a 9.910 regional qualifying score.
She also does a triple series like Becca Schugel, and her lines are beautiful with just straight legs and pointed toes. It seems like she floats on the beam.
Half of her 10 event victories this season have come on the beam.
That was a nice leap series there. With a good full turn. And there she gives a little smile, which I would have to say is pretty hard to do because on the beam you're pretty nervous, but she does a great job at having fun and enjoying herself up on there.
Excellent mental performance.
Nice aerial. Now all she has left is the dismount. She does a round off 1.5 with a stuck landing. Beautiful routine from Brittany.
How good has Missouri been on the beam tonight? A week ago, they tied the program record for a team score. And look at Brittany Ward finishing strong this evening.
It's been an amazing performance on beam. And there's that dismount again with the stuck landing.
We'll keep an eye on the score. That could be Missouri's 3rd 9-9 or better tonight on the beam. Molly Korth rounding things out for Kentucky on the floor exercise.
This is such a fun routine to watch because she has some major difficulty in it. She starts it off with a great full in. So she does 2 flips and 1 twist, and she does it in piked.
12th in the country and all around RQS. She notched a 9.950 on the floor earlier this season on the road at Auburn.
Nice Rudy in the layout step out. It was cool to hear that Coach Tim Garrison, he said that not only does she bring big gymnastics to this team, but she also brings big personality. And as a freshman, that's really cool to see because sometimes you can be a little nervous coming into a new team, a new program, but she's really shown off everything that she's capable of.
She has 3 9-9 or higher scores in the floor exercise in her freshman season.
She finishes off with a double pike with a great landing. Awesome routine from Molly. This is really an awesome performance from both teams tonight.
Both teams finished strongly, and Brittany Ward scored a 9.975 on her balance beam routine. You can't finish much stronger than that.
You really can't. That's an awesome score to have.
Missouri, as you see in the lower right, has caught up and passed Kentucky in the team competition. We'll wait for that last floor score to come in. As impressive as the Wildcats were on the floor with Molly Korth finishing up. This is an exhibition run for Missouri on the balance beam.
Starts it off. Bike handspring, layout, step out. Nice form in that. She was a little off, but very barely.
This is Shauna Miller. Exhibition action on the beam for Mizzou.
Nice jump series from Shauna. As we were talking earlier about the exhibition on bars, this is a great crowd to exhibition in front of. You're getting that confidence that you can get this routine done in front of a large group of people. You're really able to dial into your mental set. Now she gets ready for her dismount. Nice aerial and a full. Great routine from Shauna Miller.
Good practice for her in front of the bright lights of the Hearn Center. And an exhibition opportunity coming up here for the Kentucky Wildcats as well. All their competitors finished on the floor. But Tim Garrison will watch Haley Poland, freshman from Texas. She will have an exhibition run in the floor exercise here. She has not competed on the floor at all during her freshman season. The beam is the only apparatus she has competed on. And actually a late scratch, Haley Poland will not have that exhibition run. Late decision made. So we are 3 rotations through. On to the final one. We have a dead heat between Missouri and Kentucky. Brittany Ward, a 9.975 on the beam. So strong for Missouri. Back in a moment. Rankings and very close here tonight, along with former Missouri gymnast Blair Elmore. I'm Ben Arnett. Aspen Tucker doing very well tonight for Missouri, the freshman in the all-around, coming off a career performance last week against Auburn.
Right, she's been showing a lot of progression as this season has gone on, and so right now is the time that she's showing it even more.
Last week against the Auburn Tigers, a 39.450 versus Auburn. That led to her being named SEC Freshman of the Week as she picked up her 3rd all-around title of the season, and really showing some things here a week ago in this arena.
She showed on vault how she can really find that landing, and she opens up beautifully, and she controls those landings on floor.
Let's learn more about Aspen Tucker, the freshman from the state of Florida, as we take a look at her scores last week to earn that SEC Freshman of the Week honor. A 9.9 in 2 of the 4 events, and she has to be feeling awfully confident as she heads towards her first SEC championship in just a few days' time.
She really does. Coming in as a freshman, that's really impressive to be doing that well because she's not been letting nerves get to her. She's just been doing what she knows she's capable of.
We have 1 rotation to go here in Columbia. Alex Highland will be on the beam. She has the 3rd highest beam average in the country. And for the Missouri Tigers, they'll finish on the floor with Kennedy Harris. Friday Night Heights continues from Como. right at home on the beam. They are 10th in the country at 49.245 RQS, and Corey Reckenmacher will lead them off top to bottom. Kentucky very strong on the beam, Blair.
They have been really strong, and so this is the last event, and you want to give everything that you possibly can.
A late change for the Wildcats. It will be Katie Stewart leading off. And Corey Reckenmeyer will drop to number 4. Katie Stewart getting things going. Regional qualifying score of 9.840. What a way to lead off for the Wildcats. They hold a slim lead in the team competition entering the 4th rotation.
That first person up on the beam, they're really setting the tone, and so having that as such a strong competitor as her going up is an awesome spot to be in. A little wobble there, but she recovered well. Back handspring layout, step out, great landing. She's settling now into that routine. Really showing her flexibility. Good cat leap into aerial with a full dismount. Great landing. Good start to this beam lineup.
Good start for Kentucky. Missouri is now on the floor. The Tigers fresh off a new program record, 49.500 on the beam moments ago. And now they finish up in the floor exercise here tonight as they chase the Kentucky Wildcats in a very close team competition. Allison Bauer will lead things off for the Missouri Tigers. She'll be followed by Madeline Huber, Aspen Tucker, Brooke Kelly, Becca Schugel, and Kennedy Harris.
Coming off of such a great beam rotation's got to give them adrenaline and excitement going into this last event. Starts this routine off with a nice double pike with a stuck landing.
Everyone's chasing the 9-9 put up earlier tonight on the floor by Molly Korth of Kentucky.
So as I said earlier, you're allowed to take a step as long as it's controlled, but if you don't take a step, that's even more impressive. Nice 1.5 punch front layout.
High bar for Missouri to chase tonight. All 5 scores from the Wildcats in the floor were 9-8 or above.
Good leave series.
Final pass.
Double tuck with a nice landing. Sometimes your legs can want to give out on you on that last pass, but she was able to control it well.
Allison Bauer leading off for Missouri in their final rotation of the night on the floor exercise. Let's take another look at her second pass.
So she has round off 1.5 punch front layout.
Good start for Missouri. See the latest score, Katie Stewart starting things off strongly for the Kentucky Wildcats on the beam, and now it's Molly Korth. 3rd highest regional qualifying score on this Wildcat team.
Nice full turn. You can see from the concentration on her face that she is really dialing into this routine. Good flight series. So she actually did a 1-arm back handspring layout step out, which makes it even more difficult.
Freshman notched a season high 9.875 earlier this season in Gainesville at the Florida Gators on the beam.
Cat leap into a switch leap, straight into a back tuck. Nice. Gets ready for a dismount. And she has a round off double full with just a tiny hop at the end. You'll see a lot of girls that just do a round off 1.5 as a normal dismount for beam. But she, along with Aspen Tucker, they both do round off double fulls.
Back to the floor exercise. It's Madeline Huber from Missouri.
On floor for the Missouri Tigers, Madeline Huber.
Madeline's so pretty to watch on floor. She really shows off everything.
9-8 or above 3 times this season, including last week against Auburn.
Nice double pike.
She's looking for her 3rd straight score of 9-8 or higher in the floor exercise.
Well, that first pass was a great start to getting that.
Here comes her 2nd pass.
She has a punch front layout front full. Great landing. Now she gets to have a little fun with that dance. Nice leap series. Ready for that last pass. 2.5 with a great landing. You saw how controlled that was. A 2.5 is sometimes a pass that a lot of girls start with as their first skill because it's so difficult, but she ended with it and she ended strongly with it.
She is happy with her effort tonight. Impressive showing by Madeline Huber for the Missouri Tigers, the 2nd Tiger on the floor here tonight. Haley Poland, initially scheduled to lead off for the Kentucky Wildcats, instead drops to 3rd, and here she is on the beam. This is the only event she has competed on for Kentucky this season.
She's getting ready for her series. Nice triple series.
She's scored a 9-8 or above on the beam 5 times this season.
She looks like she's really enjoying herself up there. Nice one-arm front handspring.
Season and career high 9.875 twice this year, once in a quad meet and another time in SEC competition on the road at Auburn.
Good leap series. She had a bit of a wobble, but she recovered well. She's really attacking this beam routine.
Kentucky's first 2 competitors on the beam notched a 9.825. Poland trying to equal or better that.
Nice dismount with just a tiny hop.
That's Haley Poland from the Kentucky Wildcats, and another look at her dismount.
It's a gainer pike off the end of the beam. Great landing.
Aspen Tucker will now compete. Floor exercise for Missouri. 3rd highest regional qualifying score on the Tigers.
On floor for your Missouri Tigers.
She's chasing that all-around title tonight.
She starts off this routine with a front tuck step out to a double tuck. Nice landing.
Tucker is trying to follow up her career high 9-9 on the floor last week against Auburn.
So a lot of times she's only having to compete against 1 or 2 other people for this all-around title, but today she'll be competing against 4. But she started off really strong with this routine here.
There's 3 all-around championships to her name in her freshman season.
Nice, Rudy. Having that breather that we discussed right before her last pass, that she can come off really strong with it. And she finishes with a nice double pike. Great routine from Aspen. All of her landings were so clean and strong.
She finishes strong. Dead heat between these 2 teams in the team competition, and Aspen Tucker doing everything she can to help push Missouri in front.
Here's a look at that, Rudy. And then her last pass is a double pike. Her chest was down, but she was able to pull it up and land really strong.
Big hug from Missouri assistant coach John Carney. Back over to the Kentucky beam, and I misspoke earlier. It was Corey Reckenmacher who was originally scheduled to lead off on the beam for Kentucky. Here she is, the 4th Wildcat competitor on this apparatus tonight.
Nice jump series. So she did a sheep jump, so she's actually having to throw her head back to where she doesn't see the beam for a second and land back on.
She has competed on the beam in every single competition for Kentucky this season.
So she had a bit of a wobble. Nice full turn. She has a little difficulty by doing an arabesque out of that.
The junior from Illinois' career high in this event is a 9-9. Her season high 9.875 earlier this year, and that big Kentucky win over Alabama.
She came back strong with that back handspring layout step out. Nice leap series. She looks to be a little nervous on the beam, but she's handling it well. And she also does a gainer off the beam with a stuck landing.
Great effort from Reckenmacher.
The thing about that dismount is that a lot of girls do the gainer off the side, but when you do it off the in, you're having to make sure that you go up and out and rotate. And she did a great job at it, even finding that stuck landing.
Here's Brooke Kelly.
Next on floor for Missouri.
This will be just the 4th competition that she has competed in the floor exercise for Missouri this season. 9.750 2 weeks ago at Florida, 9.775 last week against Auburn.
She gets ready for that first pass. Double pike with a nice landing. Good leap series. She really shows off her personality in this routine. It's fun to watch.
Got her teammates involved as well.
It's always fun to look over on the side and see all of your teammates doing your choreography with you. It gives you a little more confidence and a little more fun. Nice double tuck. One of the things about floor is that they're not just looking at your tumbling, but they're also looking at your dance. And so you really want to show it off, and she's doing a great job tonight. Oh, she just didn't get enough turnover on that.
Disappointing for Brooke Kelly, I'm sure, considering how well the vast majority of that routine went.
There's that front layout, and she just didn't get enough power on that layup full. Like I said earlier, your legs are a little noodly on that last pass.
She's getting coached up by Shannon Welker, and now we go to Sydney Dukes, second highest RQS, the Kentucky Wildcats, in this their final apparatus of the night, the beam. Dukes was an All-American on the beam 1 year ago. A 9.950 earlier this season against Alabama, including one perfect 10 from one of the judges.
Nice right handspring layout, step out. Good front aerial into a deep jump. She's not giving anything away here. She's doing a great job.
Everybody chasing that 9.975 scored by Missouri's Brittany Ward on the beam earlier tonight, including a single perfect 10 from one of the judges.
Good switch leap into straddle quarter. She really shows above 180. She finishes with a round off 1.5 and so close to stuck landing, just a tiny step forward. Great routine.
Let's take another look at the dismount from Sydney Dukes.
She's round off 1.5 and she has it. I think she just second guesses herself a little bit and leans forward.
So 5 of 6 finished on the beam for the Kentucky Wildcats. And now it is Becca Schugel, the 5th competitor of the floor exercise for Missouri, one of the Tigers' best.
First pass is a nice triple full. It's very rare to see in college gymnastics, and she does it so beautifully. The height she gets on that and the turnover.
Schugel is coming off back-to-back 9.9s, the last 2 competitions for the Tigers.
Next pass is a double tug. Nice landing. It's so fun to see a gymnast that can twist and flip, because sometimes just one of those is really your strong suits, but both of them are hers. Good leap series. This is a really strong routine to come after a fall.
I was about to say she's got a strong air of confidence about her in this routine as she enters her final pass.
She really does. Nice double full to punch front with a stuck landing. That's such a unique pass to see. Beautiful routine from Becca Schugel.
Wonder if maybe she just registered her 3rd straight 9.9 on the floor.
Here's that double tuck. Nice landing. Here's the double full, so she's going backwards and then she switches and goes forwards and sticks it.
Next, on beam for the Wildcats.
Now the Kentucky Wildcats finish strong on the beam with one of the best in the Southeastern Conference. Alex Highland tied for the 5th highest regional qualifying score in the league. The 3rd highest average in the country.
Nice switch leap split jump. So every gymnast must do a leap series, they must do a flight series, a full turn, and something going forward. And there's that forward skill. Into a nice back handspring layout, step out with a little wobble, but she recovered it really strongly.
Highland notched her career high on the beam earlier this season with a 9.95 against the Alabama Crimson Tide.
A another thing that each gymnast must do is that they actually have to touch the beam where they go down in some sort of dance skill. And so that was what she did right there. Nice dismount with stuck landing. Great finish for the Kentucky Wildcats.
And now it's Kennedy Harris, and she 7th in the conference with a 9.910 regional qualifying score. She will try to follow up a 9.925 moments ago from her teammate Becca Schugel.
Kennedy is such a powerful gymnast, and so it's so much fun to watch her on floor.
Tied for 14th in the country with that 9.910 RQS. 7 scores of 9.9 or higher on the floor in 2017.
First tumbling pass is a double pike. Beautiful landing.
Missouri needs a strong finish here. Locked in a tight team battle with the Kentucky Wildcats.
Nice leap series. She really showed off that stuck landing at the end of it.
Harris won the event title on the floor 1 week ago in Missouri's huge victory over Auburn. Here's her second pass.
Nice front layout, front full. She is ready to finish it off with that last pass. Nice double tuck. Great routine from Kennedy Harris.
And she always finishes with a flourish.
She really does, and what was so amazing about that routine right there was just because they were able to drop that score, and so they did not have to count a fall tonight.
She had the pressure on her, and she was fantastic this evening.
Next, the exhibition for the Wildcats, Katie Carlisle.
So all of our competitors are through. We have exhibition action on the beam for the Kentucky Wildcats. This is Katie Carlisle. Competed earlier tonight on the bars for Kentucky.
There she goes. She saves it, so she was a little off, but she was able to pull it back on. One of the really important things about exhibitioning at this meet tonight is just because at SECs and at regionals and nationals afterwards, they're not allowed to have any exhibitions. So they're getting in those gymnasts that they need a little more practice, or they want to see them in competition right before they go into postseason. Good split jump. Good split 3/4. Nice front tuck. That's one of the more difficult skills that you don't see a lot of girls do, because you have to land with 2 feet on the beam. With a good gainer full dismount and a stuck landing.
Again, that was Katie Carlisle finishing up in exhibition action. There's Missouri head coach Shannon Welker. Saw his team finish strong in the floor exercise.
Next, exhibition floor, the Missouri Tigers, Angie Kern.
And Missouri will have an exhibition competitor. And how appropriate on senior night, it is the senior Angie Kern competing one final time in the Hearn Center. This is her hometown. She is from Columbia, Missouri. And even though this is exhibition action, this has to be very exciting and emotional for her.
It It really is, and especially because floor has been her favorite event, and she has competed, I think, on floor at almost every single meet in her 4 years here as a college gymnast. There's so much emotions going on tonight. Nice front full and a front layout. Angie is someone that really loves to dance, and so that's why floor is her favorite event. Here she goes in that second pass. Double tuck. Nice landing. Good leap series. There she goes, having a little fun in that dance. Here she goes to that last pass, her last pass in the Hearn Center. Nice, Rudy. Awesome routine from senior Angie Kern.
And all the more satisfying for her as her Missouri Tigers registered their second consecutive 197 or higher team score, their second highest team score of the season, and their third SEC victory of 2017. Missouri finishes with a 197.150. That strong finish on the floor propels them to a victory here tonight over the 12th ranked Kentucky Wildcats, who scored a 196.925. We'll take a break and come back to the Hearn Center in just a moment to wrap things up. An exciting night of Friday Night Heights in the Southeastern Conference. They battled back and forth all night long. It was close this entire meet, and the 15th ranked Missouri Tigers edge the 12th ranked Kentucky Wildcats 197.150 to 196.925. Along with the former Missouri gymnast Blair Elmore, I'm Ben Arnett. And wow, we saw highly competitive gymnastics here tonight. A lot of 9-9s. Very exciting way to close the regular season.
It really was. Both teams, they brought their all tonight, and it was such a close race. We were having a stick-on vault to a stick-on bars, and it was super exciting. It was awesome meet.
Saw a couple of individual perfect 10s from judges, not total perfect 10s, but let's take a look at some of the top performances tonight on the vault. Brittany Ward for Missouri and Aubrey Rosa both tied for a 9-9 for the individual high. Over on bars, this is Molly Korth with a 9.925.
Love that dismount. It's beautiful with a stuck landing.
Brittany Ward received a 10 from one judge. Her total score at 9.975, and that was one of the big scores to help propel Missouri to the team win. And over in the floor exercise, the Tigers finished strong. Becca Schugel with a 9.925.
It was a beautiful routine from Becca with great landings on every pass.
Molly Korth takes home the all-around championship with a total of 39.525. You see Rosa and Ward tying the event win in the vault. Korth on bars, Ward on beam, as the Tigers set a new program record with a team score of 49.500. And Becca Schugel's career high on the floor helps propel the Tigers to a team win. Final thoughts here from Columbia tonight, Blair?
I thought it was an awesome meet with the girls all doing their absolute best.
So for Blair Elmore, I'm Ben Arnett saying so long from Columbia, Missouri, where the regular season ends with a victory for the home team, the Missouri Tigers, 197.150 to 196.925 for Kentucky. Tune in to ESPNU next Saturday for Session 1 coverage of the SEC Gymnastics Championships from Jacksonville, Florida. To watch this entire meet on replay as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, just log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.